What is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back from the OPTC video, and in today's video we're taking the most versatile, one of the strongest, the craziest Gil Tesero 6+ into some PvP and showcasing him across a variety of different teams, because this particular unit is so goddamn versatile. I have 4 different PvP teams for you guys to take on at PvP challenges because this guy is just so incredibly broken. Now, if you guys have this unit at level limit break 4 or higher at 6-star, you guys will pretty much know exactly what I'm talking about. You've probably used him quite a bit across a variety of different teams already, but with his 6+, he's basically opened the door to his power in PvP for anyone that can just super evolve him, which is actually crazy. But the first team you guys are seeing here is the one that he's like most commonly popping up on, or he's like predominantly going to work best on, is the Quick Driven team. Now, Quick has so many good driven characters. You can rock stuff like Shiki, you have options like Orochi, you have Kaido, you have Blue Jam, Porkami, Fuji, Shiryu in terms of PvP rare recruits, and if you're coming up against strength, Quick just goes absolutely ballistic, especially the combination of Sugar, Akainu, and Shiryu. All these characters are driven, so then you could run something like Fuji in the front, and then Tesoro just giving absolute massive cooldowns. As you guys can see, we're like not even 40 seconds into the fight, and we've already decimated the entire team. Akainu's already done his special like 14 times, because this man, Tesoro, gives so much cooldowns. On top of that, Shiryu's giving cooldowns. Kainu's getting cooldowns to himself, and then Sugar's getting cooldowns as well. So you're doing some really, really fun stuff. If you're versing a predominant strength team or a mono strength team, this particular build for Tesoro is going to go absolutely AWOL. Like I said, you can change it up a little bit. You can use stuff like Kaido or Shiki and stuff like that instead of Dofi on the bench, but you have so many good options when it comes to quick driven. The next team that this unit pops up on so much is the Striker team. The team that shouldn't work, but it does because this particular unit is a Striker. Kind of weird that they actually made Tesoro a Striker. You'd think he'd be Cerebral or something like that, but because he's Striker and his buffs go rainbow, or they apply to everyone, this particular unit has become a massive staple on this particular team. With Jack 6+ and his level limit break being so good, Roger Whitebeard being an absolute demon, and then Kuzen and his power in a Rumble as well. Plus, then you have so many good Striker PvP rare recruits. You have stuff like Hina, you have Kanjuro, you have Sasaki. The list goes on and on. Now, you can make this team a little bit different. You don't have to run Kuzen and Hina. You can run like Sasaki and Kid. That's another very, very good variant of the team. But I decided to go this way because Roger Whitebeard buffs Sai, and then that way you're sort of getting a little bit more buffs from that particular unit. And the wonkiness is kind of shared out a little bit more. But Tesoro works on this team so much because he gives cooldowns. He gives level 5 cooldown to the entire crew. If you're above 60% HP, he does a level 2 defense buff. However, if you're at level limit break 5, you still get the CT buff at level 5, but when you're above 50% HP, he gives level 3 defense and recovery up to the entire crew. So you get an extra defense and you get extra level 3 recovery. The level 3 recovery is kind of whatever. It's just that extra defense that is quite nice. But again, because this is for everyone, it works exceptionally well. When your HP is below 50% with this particular unit as well, he heals 200 HP every 5 seconds, so he can kind of get himself back to that 50% HP, just to keep that level 3 defense nice and high, which is a very, very interesting resistance, and a very, very unique one. I don't think a lot of characters actually have this. He has 40% reduction to strength as well, so if you're versing strength characters, you are going to be in a good spot. And going up against stuff like Slashers, with a lot of strength characters like Kata and Odin, this particular character definitely can shine. At level limit break 5, his special does, at level limit break 1, his special does 2,000 fixed damage in a large radial range, and he gives level 7 defense to crew members within a medium radial range for 10 seconds. However, if you have him at level limit break 5, you get 3,500 fixed damage in a large radial range, and then he applies level 8 defense buff to crew members in a large radial range for 15 seconds. This special, applying to everyone, is what makes this character so goddamn versatile. You can chuck him on like any team that is either driven or striker based. You can chuck him on any quick based team, and this particular character is going to work. It's phenomenal how many options he has. Cooldowns or CT reduction is just so goddamn valuable, and it allows particular teams to pop off so well, especially when they're utilizing stuff like Roger and Whitebeard, when they get massive amount of cooldowns and they can literally just kill 2 units. A unit like Tesoro on that team is so damn valuable. But on top of that, he's giving defense, which is a very, very valuable stat when it comes to PvP. Moving on to the actual driven team now. This particular team, honestly, I wasn't a huge fan of. I am a much bigger fan of the quick driven team. and just sort of running the HP cut strats and running stuff like fixed damage. But I wanted to showcase a bit more variety in terms of what this particular character can do. And Driven is definitely a team that has been around the PvP meta for a very, very long time. Nowadays, honestly, it doesn't really have that much power compared to stuff like Free Spirit, Slashers, and Strikers. But funny enough, Tesero pops up here as well. Again, having the ability to give rainbow defense, rainbow CT reduction to your entire crew is so goddamn valuable and allows this unit to sort of slide in on this team very, very nicely. One of the downsides I do find to this particular unit, no matter where you use him though, is he only gives level 8 defense up to the crew in a large radial range, which is a huge improvement to what he actually did have, or he used to have. However, he has to be around your teammates to actually give that buff. And most of the time when you're going into attack, you're not really around the teammates that are actually on your side. So it's a little bit of an annoyance when he kind of goes in, like he does right now, I think, actually. When he sort of runs straight in and goes all the way to the back, does the 3,000 fixed damage, and then doesn't give the defense to anyone but himself. Just then was a great showcase of when it works. You get level 8 defense up, and you're just in a really, really good spot now, like bulky-wise. Like, you can just sort of tank shots, and you're going to be absolutely fine. And the upside to Driven as well is they have so many other options as well. You can run stuff like regular kid, Super Tender Kid, I should say, sorry. The Int one. You can do some more stuff, like I said, with Quick, and run just like a massive quick Driven team with like Orochi or Shiki. You can use stuff like Kaido. You can use Blue Jam in the front and just do a bunch of damage there. But I decided to use Kid Law on this team. Kid Law is the newer Super Sugo. They actually nerfed Driven and Powerhouse units, but they buffed Driven themselves. And I decided to bring them because against Blue Jam, there's just a whole bunch of Driven, there's a whole bunch of Powerhouse. And I wanted to have a little bit of fun actually nerfing some other options. And really showcasing what other units that Tesero can sort of work with. As you can see, Tesero sort of just healing himself back up, which is so goddamn funny when you get below 50%. So that way he can reapply that defense buff. That defense buff is actually so good that you can just chuck him on a random team, just like you see here with Strength Slashes, and he actually works really, really well. Like I said, CT reduction is one of the most valuable assets to any team that has disgustingly powerful units already on it, like Roger and Whitebeard. And the Strength Slasher team, going up against Pell now, is a perfect example of why you can just chuck Tesero on a team, and he will just make that team a little bit faster, a little bit stronger, and a little bit better. Not only does he make our specials go off faster, but he is applying a level 3 defense buff. As you guys can see here, he is not getting buffed by anyone on the team. He's only getting buffed by himself. So he's got the level 3 defense, the level 3 recovery, and I believe at the moment he gets level 5 HP because of the rule set. I believe it's something to do with Driven characters. I might be wrong there, but he does have level 5 HP purely from the rule set. And because of that CT reduction, we allow Whitebeard and Roger to go off, get that special popping. Killing 2 units is awesome. Literally 32 seconds into the fight now, and Odin's going. And both Tesero and K-Dad both have their special waiting in the wings. We've had Kaku already pop off as well. And if you can get Tesero to stay at the back, that's why I like to keep him on the wing. If you can get him to stay at the back, he's going to be protected for a little while. Plus, his special does fixed damage, so it doesn't matter how his attack stat looks, because his attack stat is not going to be affected by that particular stat at all. Roger Whitebeard getting hit here is actually so annoying. The fact that they're not getting a full buff on this team, but they're still the highest attack unit, is kind of nuts to me. And as long as Tesero stays above that 50% HP threshold, he's going to keep applying that defense up. On top of that, if he actually uses his special, he's going to give everyone level 8 defense, but that's always going to apply to himself, as I mentioned in the previous video, which means that, or the previous clip, which means that if he does go too far and misses your entire team, he's still going to give himself some defense up. He's still going to give that fixed damage, which is going to be very, very valuable for the team anyway. So really, really nice stuff from the 6+ of Tesero. He's a very, very good unit, and if you actually have 2 copies of this unit, you can actually level Limit Break for a second one, keep it at 6-star, because this unit is so damn valuable and so damn powerful in PvP. When it comes to Grand Party, you can actually run him across 2 separate teams, which is just crazy to think about. But let me know your thoughts and opinions of the 6+ Gil Tesero in the comment section below. While you're down there, belt like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.